Hey everybody, this is Robert and Christian from Transpara with another new feature update in Visual KPI. And today we're going to be talking about relative time and time functions and time offsets. Welcome, Christian.
Hey, Robert, thanks for having me today.
No problem. In Visual KPI, for those of you who are familiar, we've had this ability to do time offsets and other things in a couple places in the software, and now we've added a major new feature here that gives you a whole bunch of other functionality. Christian, do you want to give us a little explanation of that?
Yeah, sure. Time is obviously important in a lot of aspects, trend ranges, chart ranges, things of that nature where you want to start and end time. And we've supported two different things in the past. We've supported kind of a hard code or a static time, which would be, like something, a date like the 1st of June 2015 to the 5th of May 2016. That could be a trend range that's interesting. We've also been able to get that date through interfaces as well. So we've kind of had a concept of an interface-based start and end time for different ranges. And we've had offsets. So we have a symbol that we're using that is star, and star kind of means right now. So you can do relative time. You've always been able to do this. You can say star minus 4 hours is a start time to star is the end time. So you're always going to get a relative 4 hour window from now.
Which
And
you
we've
can
had
see
different
on the
offsets.
which you can see on the right there, right?
Right. Yeah. These top ones actually come kind of default with the product. So these are a set of trend ranges. We give you a 1 hour trend range, a 4 hour, so on and so forth. And you can use days, weeks, months as kind of the unit of measure here for how far the offset is. But we've only ever had those. We only ever had star. We have a lot of customers that are asking for things like, well, I want a particular yesterday at midnight versus today at midnight. So you always want a fixed one day. So what we've done, we've added a few functions. We'll probably be adding some more as time goes on. We started with a handful. And what we've added is, let me just kind of show you here in the document. We've added two symbols, which is Y and T. Y stands for yesterday at midnight. T stands for today. So instead of having a star minus 3 days or a star plus 4 weeks, you can do a Y and a T plus or minus. So that gives you a different starting point for your offset rather than right now. You can also use them by themselves. You can say just T and Y as a start and end date. We've also then, on top of that, we've added some time functions. So the difference between a function is it's not just a offset symbol plus or minus. It's a function that takes a date or a symbol. We have beginning of month, BOM. So in the example here, beginning of month star means take the time right now and give me the first day of the month at midnight for this time being right now. Obviously, you can have a star minus 3 days in there. You can have a T plus 4 days. It's or a hard coded date. It'll give you the beginning of the month or whatever that date is inside the parentheses. We also have beginning of year. We have noon because kind of all these functions, beginning of month, beginning of year, and the other ones we're going to talk about in a second, they are all relative to midnight. So the noon will give you another 12-hour offset if you needed that. And then we have one for each day of the week. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so on and so forth. And that will give you the time of, given the timestamp that you put in, if it's star, say right now, today happens to be Thursday. If I did give me the Monday of star, it's going to give me the date of the last Monday that just went by. So really the whole point of these is just to help you kind of set up trends for different reports or different dashboards or whatever it is you want to do in a way that is time relative and maybe is easier to do than we had in the past.
Great. And now, Christian, I noticed in the designer on the right here, you're showing, I believe, the chart ranges, which are site-wide settings, site-wide defaults, and what would appear in the drop-down list automatically for the end users of default choices they could make. So that's
That's
one
correct.
place that you can use it. The other place would be on an actual KPI or on an actual chart, I would guess, right? For start and
Right,
end
right,
times.
right. So here we've added them to the kind of drop down list that you're talking about. These are the default chart ranges. Obviously, if you take a look at a KPI, you can also set a start and end time. And here I've done, maybe a little bit crazier stuff. These things can be embedded. So here, the start time is yesterday minus 2 days. And given that date, I want the beginning of the month for that date. And oh yeah, I want it at noon. I mean, obviously it's a bit silly, but it's just kind of an example, illustrative example to show you how you would use these. And the second one is saying today plus 5 days, and give me the nearest Saturday in history to that date. So it'd be the previous Saturday from today minus 5 days. If today, or today plus 5 days. If today plus 5 days was a Saturday, then you would get that Saturday.
Great. So it's safe to say you can use these in any place where you're going to see these ranges or a start and end time in the designer in our software, right?
That's correct, Robert.
Okay, perfect. And now I guess let's look at a couple of examples.
Sure. So I've created the dashboard here, same KPI. I've just added it 5 times. What I've done here is I've at the top one I've used actually. If I go back here to the chart ranges, I've actually used the ranges in question here. So this one here, the full month is the beginning of month to the beginning of next month, BOM plus 31 days. The second one on the right top row is month to date. So this is beginning of the month to star. So now I have something that is updating constantly with a fixed starting point and a dynamic endpoint. As soon as we get into the next month, this trend on the first day of the next month will be one, maybe a couple hours long, 1 day long, and it'll continue to grow until it gets to the full month, and then it starts at the next month. The same example or same idea applies to the middle two trends here. This is the full year. This is the beginning of year to the beginning of next year. And this is the beginning of year to date. So it's the same concept. And finally, the last trend here is a bit crazy. It uses this kind of crazy concept here of noon BOM, just showing you can embed these and functions with inside a function sort of thing if you needed to do that sort of crazy math. We don't envision that. We envision most people using a BOM star or BOY star type thing, but it's there if you need it in your toolbox.
Great. So just to wrap it up, we've added a bunch of new relative time and time functions to the ranges or start and end times to any object in our system. And well, we hope to grow this list over time, but already off to a great start. Anything else you'd add, Christian?
That's all I'd add for now, and just keep your eyes open. We'll probably be adding more of those if our existing customer base, has an idea. Hey, wouldn't it be great to add in whatever you can think of? Let us know. We're always extremely interested in customer feedback, and it really does grow our product in wonderful ways.
Great. Well, as always, if you're already a customer, you can upgrade for free. Just go to our downloads page on our website. If you're not a customer and want to try this out for free, just contact us and we'll set you up with a free trial. Thanks, Christian, and have a great day, everybody.